Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make homemade pickles. This is a super simple recipe that does not require any vinegar. Rather, we will be using a saltwater brine. Here you can see in the background I am using a crock, but towards the end of this video I also show you how to do these pickles in a quart jar. So the first thing you want to do is mix 4 to 5 tablespoons of salt in a half gallon of water. Here I am using pink Himalayan salt, but table salt or sea salt would also be fine. You want to make sure to mix the salt into the salt water until it is fully dissolved and not leave any particles on the bottom. Here I also have 2 tablespoons of dill weed and 4 garlic cloves, as well as the cucumbers. So I'm going to be using this crock here, which is very good because it is not see-through and glass, so I do not have to keep it in a dark place. So now you just take the dill and dump it into the bottom of your container, and then put the garlic cloves right on top. Here I'm just putting them in whole because that way it does not give the cucumbers too much of a garlicky flavor. Next, you just add the cucumbers straight on top of your seasonings, of your herbs. So I use these small cucumbers here because they stay nice and crunchy after they have been fermented, so they're like a crisp pickle. You can also use any other kind of cucumber that you like. However, most of the big ones will become mushy in the process of the fermentation. But I have had really good results with small pickles like these ones, not becoming mushy. So now I'm just pressing them in a little bit to try and keep them from floating up when I pour the brine in, because any one that floats will mold. So you do not want them floating above the brine. Now all that is left to do is to pour the brine on top of the pickles until it is covering them. Now here you can see that I have some pickles floating to the top. I could not get them pressed down enough to keep them from floating up, so what I did was just grab a couple of leaves of cabbage to put over the top, which holds them down and keeps the brine covering them. You can also use cheesecloth or even a quart bag or some kind of sandwich bag filled with water just to hold down the pickles. Whatever you have on hand would be perfectly fine to hold the pickles under the brine. So now I'm just going to finish covering this cabbage leaf with brine and then put the lid on for the fermentation. Now for these pickles, they only need 3 to 5 days depending on how warm your house is. So after 3 days I recommend that you go ahead and taste one and see if it is as sour as you like it. Now because I am using a crock, I am filling the outer brim with water. But for a quart jar you will not need to do that. For a quart jar, just do everything exactly the same. The only difference is when you put the lid on, do not screw it on so the gases can escape while your pickles are fermenting. I also recommend that you place the quart jar on a towel so that any gases and liquids that do come out do not make a puddle. So now here it has been 5 days because our house is a little cooler, and I will show you what the pickles look like. After you have finished fermenting your pickles, you can keep them in the fridge. You can keep them in the fridge for up to 2 weeks and they will be really good. I was very happy with these pickles. They were very crunchy, they were very good. I just fermented this for about 5 days, really, and it turned out super delicious. I definitely recommend this recipe. If you guys made these pickles, leave a comment below to tell me what you thought of them and what you would do different. Do you put different kinds of herbs in your pickles? Do you like lots of garlic flavor? And what other kind of things that you used? Thank you so much for watching.